Good day to you guys. This is again Reviews coming back with a really big box that it won't even fit my unboxing table. This is the Mark 6 with Suit Up Gantry 2.0. I never got the 2.1 and I have zero clue how big this is. And yeah, you're seeing it. It doesn't fit, man. Yeah. So it's actually the whole length of my table. See, this is the end of my table. Yeah, so it's that big. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm really excited to check out the gantry system. So I pre-unboxed this, and it contains like the gantry and the Mark 6. So I want to bring out the gantry first. Upon opening the box, you will see this, which is, I think this is the figure itself. And this is the gantry system. Okay, so it consists of like 3 mini boxes in them, like 3 layers to it. So this is one, no, I can 1, 2, and 3 layers to it. So I don't know what I'm gonna do here, but I think I'm just gonna read the instructions and then just assemble it and then just jump edit it to that point. So I realized before editing it all up, I'm just gonna show you one layer after the other. So the first layer, the topmost, is like the gantry arms. I know it's hard to see. I'd rather not disassemble them before I fully like assemble everything, or else I might lose some parts. The second layer consists of like the steps leading down or up. I hope it will fit my display. And these are like parts of the circular gantry thing. Yeah, we will see it clear once it's all assembled. And it even has the stand here. The Ironman stand is here. Oh, the camera doesn't show it. Yeah, it's a really big box. And finally, the third layer is like all the circular system in it. Well, let's see how big it is once it's all assembled up. So I'm with the manual right now. So the first step is you take this. This comprises the like majority of the base. Oh my god, sorry about that. Yeah, this comprises majority of the base. And then you take out these two parts. Notice that there are magnets in them, which is kind of cool. And you just stick them to the sides here. Yep, easy enough. It's hard to take off once they're in. And wow. Okay, I'm trying to fit it in here. So this is like the entirety of the space that it will consume in your display. Kind of big, actually. Yeah, so imagine this is a cell phone, okay? So this is an S24, Galaxy S24. So yeah, kind of actually big. So let's continue on. Okay, so after funding like an ape for a while, I just discovered the part numbers are actually written here. So with that new knowledge, I think I can assemble this because it is pretty straightforward and labeled where one should go. Okay, so be back in a bit. Okay, armed with that knowledge, it was rather easy to assemble when you see the part number and they fit well. And already it looks very impressive. Wait, take this away. Sorry about that. So it already looks very impressive. Okay. It's a bit too symmetrical on the top part. I wish it was more asymmetrical. But let's see. I haven't installed the arms yet, so I'm gonna proceed to install the arms. So okay, the parts, the arms are labeled what we call that, A, B, C, D, and E, which it shows here. Yeah, A, B, C, D, and E. So each arm holds a different part of the armor. So A is for the helmet, and C is for the chest, and so on and so forth. So having said that, I think it would also go like A is on the topmost part. So yeah, you can have it hold like this. So let's see. I'll put on the armor pieces a bit later. I'll just put in the arms first. So what I found out about the arms is that they're not too strict. You can slot them in different parts here as long as it would fit. So it's up to you how you would manage the height. It's not overall too strict. If it fits, it fits, you know. I just tend to do it like A, B, C, D, E, alternate, like left, right thing. So let's see how it would work later. I don't know if I did it right, but it doesn't specify, the manual doesn't specify which one is exactly which port. With that said, we are temporarily done with the gantry. So now I have the box that holds the Mark 6. So I am not an Ironman expert myself, but the noticeable thing about the Mark 6 is that the triangle shaped arc reactor, as opposed to the circle shaped reactor of the Mark 4. So it comes with a lot of parts. It has the battle damage parts, and in the second tray we see like the armor skeleton parts you might use with the gantry later. So let's take this off, and you know, it's an Iron Man figure. I'm not particularly excited with it, but you know, it looks good in the gantry. You have to have an Iron Man figure in the gantry. So let's unbox. Let's take off this gunk. Okay, so this is like the top box, no, top styrofoam laid out before you. As I said and maintained that if you're a beginner to 1/6 collecting, nothing is more impressive than an Iron Man figure. If you start 1/6, you have to have at least one Iron Man, or at least an experience with an Iron Man figure, because whatever you do with it, it looks badass. Look, I just took it out of the box, give it a head tilt. You can make very photorealistic pictures of an 1/6 Iron Man. Yeah, so as for its accessories, well, it's just a typical what do you call this? Machine gun hands, the flying hands, and the articulated fingers. Rather, these are the articulated fingers. Sorry about that. And these are the Iron Man flying hands or blaster hands. And as for the head sculpt, it looks bad. Sorry, Hot Toys. You did not do it good this time. The Mark 5 suit up is still the best head sculpt. This one is Tony's Tank Part 2 again. Yeah, sorry about that. It sucks. I'm not gonna use this. Oh my god. Yeah, sorry, I'm not gonna use this. And these are the battle damage parts, which you can swap out quite easily. Let me see. Okay, something fell off already. This leg armor fell off because it attaches via magnets. I don't know if I'm gonna get too specific with this because I'm not really a technical review person. So you kind of might, you know, let somebody else watch somebody else's review for the technicalities of that. But see, it's easy to swap out, you know, just like all Iron Man figures. Yeah, the battle damage parts, easy to swap out. They work via magnets. Yeah. So let's see what we can do with the gantry along with the second styrofoam. Okay, so now we have the second tray, and it consists of the back skeleton, exoskeleton area, the lasers, and some of the hand parts, hand modifications, missiles and stuff. And surprise, surprise, I never realized the head sculpt had movable eyes. But as I said, I really did not like it, so I don't think I would even fondle with it anymore. I just leave it be, and these are for the batteries and stuff. Strangely, I don't see any USB-C cable. I might have not noticed it in the other box, or I might have to provide my own. Let's see. Finally here, I have messed with it as much as I can, and I've seen some good things and bad things. Okay, the good thing is these arms and stuff, they're highly customizable, so it's really up to you and your creativity on what you can do with it and which armor parts it's gonna get. uh, the second tray armor boxes, you can actually wear it on him, so to have that more skeleton look. Yeah, so the downside here is that first and foremost, I wanted to use the head sculpt. I know I said I was not going to use it, but I found out that the helmet actually is expandable. That's close, and you can expand it like this. So I wanted to use the head sculpt as sort of like a half helmet kind of thing. It's not advisable, you know, it might scratch the head sculpt, but yeah, I was almost gonna use it. The thing was, it's almost impossible to get this head off. I actually damaged and scratched mine in the process. I'll try to show it here. See those neck? See that neck? I scratch it because I couldn't get it off, and I use this, which is not advisable because it has teeth, and I just tried to lightly scrape it, but to no avail. So it turns out I really have to sacrifice the neck part, scratch it a bit just to get it off to use the head sculpt, which I'm not gonna do now, maybe a bit later or when I'm in the mood. Second part is the stand is highly unstable. This is like the stand it goes on, and you're supposed to just jimmy it in here, and it doesn't feel very stable at all. See? Just a light push, and then this die cast metal figure is gonna fall off. So I wasn't really happy with that. Yeah, I'm still gonna pose it though, like this or something. Yeah, but that was disappointing. Okay, the good and bad side of this is that this figure is highly customizable. I mean, it has the battle mode, the gantry mode, and then the normal mode. So it's a lot for one figure. So I think it would be cool if you only have one figure, because you can mess with it in different poses every day. Fighting mode, gantry mode, vanilla mode, you know. But if you have a huge collection like most of us, like most of you watching my channel, it's just a bit too much. I think it would be nice if they have like a veteran collector mode where it only has the gantry and like these without everything else. But that's what wishful thinking. I don't think Hot Toys would go for that. And lastly, I realized I never tried the USB because it did not come with a USB cable. So let's just have this and plug it behind. Whoa. The USB mode is pretty dope. I love it, freaking awesome. First time I've seen it. The lights, man, they really pop out, man. Let's turn off a bit the lights here. Kind of cool, right? Yeah, it's pretty awesome with the lights. Again, the downside is powering it up. And this also doesn't come with a USB. It still uses batteries. And other than fusion reactors, which are very ugly, you can send them for a custom wiring USB job. But for the trade-off, it being permanently like this, you cannot interchange some parts. But it is what it is, you know. I still wish they at least have the minimum USB-C here where the eyes and chest would light up. That's it. You know, the arms and stuff could be button cell batteries or whatever. But I just feel like the 2.0 is still not doing it. I mean, it's a beautiful figure, don't get me wrong, but for what I paid for it, which is about like 46,000 pesos, I'm not sure. I'll double check. I'll post it here. Uh, the technology is not perfect. You still have the choice to wait for it because I'm sure someday there's going to be a 3.0 of this with better technology. As for now, yeah, the stand is immersion braking. I love the creativity of what you can do with the arms and stuff. You know, it's there, it's fun. And yeah, other than that, I love it. I finally have a gantry, the stairway gantry. Is it worth it? Depends on your budget, man. But for me, if you're in a budget, if you're like most normal people, I suggest you wait for 3.0. But if you're a die-hard Ironman fan and you want the most Ironman you have, you know, most Ironman versions, well, it's worth it. Still looks very good. Still can't deny it looks very good. So having said that, I hope you learned something. Have a nice day. So I know I did a stupid thing back there because you see I got these scratches here on the neck because I got really lazy and frustrated and used pliers to pull it off. So, you know, just in case you have a hard time popping off an Ironman head sculpt, neck sculpt like I did, well, I finally figured out a way. First, take off his arms, and then take off the chest plate, and then move the neck back and forth. Okay, that's why you need to take off the arms until you see a small space there. Okay, so when you get that small space in the back there like that, you slip something small like this, get some leverage, and then I just do this off cam. Okay, so there, I pop it off. So it is still hard, especially with this Mark 6 2.0, but the key is just move the head back and forth and get it as loose as possible, and then when you get some leverage, you get some like sides opened, you just take a small tool like this screwdriver that came with the figure and just pry it open in different parts. Don't use too much force, just pry it in different areas when you can, because at least if you damage it, it's not gonna be seen, the scratches, unlike when you do what I did with the pliers, because I, you know, admittedly it works on some figures but not on this figure. So yeah.